Hello everybody, this is Sarahscopic and you're watching Traffic Musings. I'm going to try a new thing where before the episode starts, I'm going to ask a question to put in the comments below. So my question before this episode starts is, have you ever had any awkward dealings with missionaries? Tell me in the comments below. Okay, now let's continue. Seems like it's been forever since I've actually recorded one of these things. Because I just realized that the one that you probably saw before this, I recorded a while ago, but then I never got it edited or uploaded, because I wasn't thinking, I guess? I don't know. But that's okay. Woo! More recordings. We're getting there. Traffic Musings, just to let you know, I unfortunately don't really know what's happening, because the problem is that I have all-night classes, so of course recording after class is a no-go, and my internship is running later these days, and so I can't really record after because it's already dark, because we're approaching winter, and that sucks. So I will do my best, but I may try to come up with some other ideas for other videos that I can do besides Traffic Musings, but we'll figure it out and it will all work out eventually. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. I wanted to tell a story about something that happened to me a while ago, like a couple weeks ago, but I have to share it because it was kind of ridiculous. For those who don't know, I ascribe to myself as a Christian under the Protestant faith, so talking about my faith and talking about Jesus is something that's not really a big deal for me, but... big but. There was an incident that happened to me that was more than, well, I'll just explain it. I'm walking around on my campus, my school. I'm actually leaving my building and going to my car where it is parked on the street so that I can go home. Keep this in mind, I am by myself, walking by myself, and I have my phone out because I'm checking my messages, when all of a sudden I hear someone go, "Oh, hey there!" And immediately my brain goes into slightly like, what? And so I immediately look around, put my phone away, and stick it in my, my purse, because obviously that was just my first reaction, because I'm like, who's around? And not that I'm doing anything weird on my phone, but it's my private talking, so it's kind of weird that someone's all of a sudden talking to me. And I look over and I see these two guys approaching me in, the getup, the stereotypical getup of the white collar shirt with the nice tie and the black slacks. Mormons is usually what they call them, but they are missionaries of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and that is how they introduce themselves. So, as we're walking, they're trying to talk to me. They are asking, like, where I'm from, what school I go to. Unfortunately, the problem is that they ask where I'm from, and I said, I told them the city that I currently live in with my apartment. They asked how many years I lived there, and so I said I don't actually live there. I moved there from home, so of course they asked where I was originally from, and I tried to be vague by just giving the county, but unfortunately one of the guys there, was super familiar with the area, and so he was able to ask me, which specific city I was from, and he even, gave me, the streets that he used to live on, and I didn't give him any more information on that one. So we're getting close to my car, we're right up to my car, and that's when they ask, would you like to have a better relationship with God? And of course, I'm hesitating, but in their minds, they think I'm hesitating because they've reached me a core question, they want to know. While in my mind, I'm hesitating because I'm thinking, okay, if I say yes, they're not going to leave alone, but if I say no, I don't know what they're gonna think. There's no way out of this as someone like me who's trying to just be nice. So I just said, thank you, but I feel good right now, and they gave me this card. Do I still have it? They gave me this. So, I guess that's nice. Yeah. And they wanted to, make an appointment to come talk to me, and I just took the card and I said, thank you, but I'll call if I need anything, and just went into my car. So here's the reason I'm telling this story. So, of course, that sounds, ridiculous, right? Oh my goodness, missionaries approaching me, and, blah, 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 we all hear about that. That wasn't really the issue for me. Missionaries, yeah, it's easy to make fun of that sort of kind of missionary, and I don't think it always is very effective, but I can see why it could be effective, and I'm not actually really begrudging that. Here's what I am begrudging. Let me retell some of the facts about the story. I am a small woman who is by herself, looking at her phone, walking. Two, young adults, probably around my age, boys, approach me and all of a sudden start asking me questions about where I live and what school I go to and where I'm going. And follow me to my car, keep in mind. Does that sound creepy? Because it's super creepy. And it's the only reason I really didn't feel more uncomfortable than I probably should have was because I was in a public place and I knew if like something were to happen, I could at least scream and at least something maybe would have been done about it. And the other thing that was good was that I actually parked in the street. Usually I end up having to park in one of the parking garages, but I happened to find a really good spot, you know, on the street. Thank goodness for that, because if I had a parking garage, they probably would have followed me into the parking garage where I would have been even more alone. And, gosh, like, what were they thinking? I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, because it's stupid. Like, you shouldn't, no. Like, I get approaching people is difficult, and I understand why they approach one-on-one. Like, I get that, because approaching groups, you know, you got people who have group mentality, so it's easier for them to get away. But come on, guys. 2 boys approaching a girl who was by herself and looking at her phone, and then you start asking questions about where she's from. No, that's gonna send off every creep alert in my head. Like, you can't get around that. And I was just so pissed off, because it's like, these guys should know better, or they should be learning better. So, okay, here's the thing. If you're going to do a missionary like that, which I can understand, bring a girl with you, okay? Have a guy and a girl go do a missionary together, like something like that. Because you can't just have 2 boys approach a girl by herself. That's just, you probably have all the best intentions in the world. And I had no doubt that these guys had all the best intentions in the world. But I also don't know that for sure. I've never met them before. I don't even know if they were lying to me. Of course, I don't want to think they were lying to me. But from when I've grown up, you can't help but worry, okay? Like, you don't know these things, and you don't know who these people are. All you know is they're 2 strangers who just approached you and are following you. That's not cool. You can't do that. Like, don't do that. Listen, missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, I understand you're trying to spread the good word, and I can appreciate that. May I make a suggestion? If you're going to do missionaries like that, which I don't fully agree with, but I also understand they can be effective, for goodness sake, have like a woman and a guy with you, please. Like, at least then, probably would be less uncomfortable. Probably still be uncomfortable just because someone's approaching you and asking you questions, but I don't know, at least then it's less of 2 guys on 1 girl, for goodness gravy. Blah, blah, blah. It's just frustrating. And I feel bad because I think Mormons are an easy target for people and other Christian groups because some of the beliefs that have come out according to church. I don't actually know that much, so I really can't speak about anything what Mormons believe, but there are certain things that you hear about, and so I think it's extremely easy to point them out and make fun of them. But they are another denomination, and to me, I think that should be treated with respect, especially since that's not really fair for me coming from, because I am also just from another denomination. So I get that aspect, and that's why I'm not saying they should never do this, but come on, guys, there's better ways to do this. It was just a very strange experience for me, and it was very awkward. I basically had my eyes were just down on the ground watching my toes and looking for my car the entire time. I was answering the questions, but I was not looking at them in the eye, just because it was so awkward and they were asking me so many awkward questions and I really didn't want to deal with it. And so, yeah, it wasn't comfortable, and I think they could tell, but they're not gonna stop, which that's a whole other thing. It's should they have stopped? I think they should have, because I was uncomfortable, but they thought they had found a connection with me, so they were gonna go for it, but I don't know. There are ways to do this missionary thing, and then there are lots of ways to not do it. So I don't know. That's the only story I've got for you guys today. So I think I'll just end this here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope something amazing happens to you. And without further ado, I hope to see you all in the next episode.